Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video I'm gonna go through some visual graphic and we'll go for preparing sheets in Revit. Now the first thing that I have to explain before going to sheets, it's some view detailing or the visibility properties. First thing, we said that at the bottom we have a lot of informations here that we can select. You can change them. It will change only this view. Remember, each view they have their own properties. Sections they have their own, elevation they have it. So whenever you have it, even for example quantities, they have their own views. Each of those they have their own visibility properties. Now you can change it from here. You can change some of them from here, not everything here. So basically you can change different places. Now, first is the scaling. So in Revit, when you're trying to give these drawings, prepare sheets. What do we mean by sheet here? You provide those detailing on a paper, A4 paper, provide all of them together nicely and give it to someone to use it. It's possible, rather than you have it in here, you can provide it with a paper, PDFs for people to use it. So we call them sheet, providing sheet. Now, before going to sheet, you have to understand that there's a lot of things going on within these views. Well, first thing is what? The scale. Now, each plan, they have their own scale. I can change the scale. By changing the scale, a lot of things gonna change. Yes, especially what? The dimensioning, the text, but the structure is still the same. So you can provide appropriate scale there. The second one is the detailing. So the detail level, it's fine, coarse. Now coarse, fine, it will not sometimes will provide a lot of detail. If you go for coarse, coarse will provide less detailing. Fine will provide more details on the drawings. Now more details basically will be seen in this section. For example, I have it here. Yes, I can make this one coarse, make it coarse. Look, I cannot see the size or the thickness of the bars here. This is what I can go for medium. Medium is somehow, but fine will provide all the detailing, single detailing is there, the line length, the thickness, whatever you have. So this is depending. Sometimes you don't need to see all those fine detailings. Sometimes you just need coarse detailing. That's enough. You can provide it whatever there. Then the third one, which will be the visual style. The visual style, you've seen me playing with these things. Wireframe, it's basically just like this is with the, you'll see this one, a wall here, but no coloring, nothing. You see through the things. Wireframe. You have hidden lines. Hidden lines, if there is something hidden, will not be seen. So in wireframe, you can see something through the bar. For example, here you can see through this bar. Yes, look. But if you make it hidden, you cannot see through the bar. This is also hidden. You have shaded. Shaded will give some coloring to it. Still with the texture. That's a nice one. You can provide it. You can go for this one. It's similar to the shade you have it there. You can go for realistic. This is coloring, is basically consistent coloring. The realistic will provide you the material without texture. So if you like shade with the texture, will be lovely for some, not for everywhere. For example, for the section will be nice like this. For the plan, because I'm going to top of the foundation here, like things are different. I can change this one to, let's say, shade. What will happen? I can see the structure with it. Or I don't want to see this, I want to just see this hidden, as hidden line. I want to see them like this. Or I can even don't want to see more colors, I can go for coarse, or I can go for coarse line. If there is too many details there, I don't want to see all of the detailing on the drawing there. Now, the other thing that will come here, the fourth one, it's the sun path. Now by default, sun path is off. What does sun path mean? Now in the manage tab, the manage tab, we have project information. Now project information, I didn't go to in the beginning, but if you work somewhere, the first thing start with this one, project information. Now you will provide some information regarding to the project. Now you have the organization names, description, building name, and you have some energy things, which is, then you have location. So within the energy, the location, Revit will take the exact location of the building that you have it and will simulate the sun, direction of the sun. According to the time, it will provide sun path. This is mainly for architectural. When they do rendering, they will provide a lot of windows, then they will use the location of it to see actually with the actual location what will be the light within the rooms. This is mainly for us. I'm not gonna go in detail of it, it's not our things, but here some project information you can provide them here. The author will be you, building name, whatever it is, the client, project number, project issues, all the things that you can add them here. So the location basically comes from the energy here. The location, you can provide the location, and Go will provide the location for the building that you have. That's gonna provide the sun, the direction of the sun. The other one is shadow, the same thing, which is related to the sun, shadow. When you want to see, for example, the things that you have, at which part will be shadow, you can also this one. We came the sixth one, I think. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The sixth one is the crop view. Now, crop view, it's what? This is useful when we go to preparing the sheet. Crop view, by its default, sometimes it's off. If you click on it, you will see, mainly in the, this is on here. The crop view. This is, if you want to see the crop view, let's go to sections. In the section, I provide this one. This is we call crop view. This is a crop view. You don't need to see anything, or you want to just, for example, crop something. Crop means that you're cutting. You don't want to see everything here. If you uncheck this one, if this is, you will see everything. This is, whatever it's within this will be seen. Why? Because you don't have this crop. So crop view will cut it. You'll only see within the crop. The one beside crop view, it's the region. Now if I click on this one, I will not see the line. Look, I'll see the line. So I cannot change this. So this will, by default, can be seen, and you have crop. Sometimes you don't have crop, sometimes you have crop. The idea is what? If you don't want to see a part of the view, you will first adjust it. For example, I want to just see this staircase. I'll adjust this way. For example, I'll change the scale to 10. Say I will use fine, I'll use realistic. Then still wanna edit the crop, so I'll bring this one to the bottom. I'll still see all the staircase like this. Then after that, what I'll do, I'll just hide the line. That's it. Basically, I don't see the line. Yes, that's only the and then I can go for annotate, provide whatever the information I have it here. Remember the lines, example, I can provide. Those are important things to be provided. And this is small. I can change it a bit. The text bigger, which we know it. The numberings, whatever you have at the distance from here till the bottom of this one, all those can be provided. Look, only within here. So this is the cropping. I don't want to see the line. Like if you uncheck this one, everything will be seen. So remember, this is something for the section is important. Crop. Well, this is basically temporary. You're hiding some things that if you don't want to see them, I'm not going to go for those. This, you're revealing them. So if you hide something, you can select something. It's mainly in a 3D. I can use this. There's other things here. For example, you will select something, and it will temporarily basically hide this one. So the hide all the category, whatever these columns basically will be hidden. Then I can bring them back. So those will be the one that I can bring those back to the view you have it. Those will be used if you interested in hiding and showing something if you want to. So you can just reset it and bring it back to normal. I don't want to play with these things. Sometimes it will make things that you don't want to play with them. So as you realize from now, sometimes in the elevation you have different things there. Well, sometimes in the sections you have things that will not appear in the plan. That's totally fine, because each of them, they have their own views as it is. Now the others and the properties, I'm not going to go for the view properties. Analytical mode, we're not going for the analytical modes here, because by default there is, I'll provide a short video. When you're adding in the analysis, you have some analysis load here, and just do some things to show it to you, not in detailing. So after preparing, for example, those views, you see whatever you have it, you want it, you can provide those, and then we will go for preparing sheet. So those are the main part, we have it here. Well, we said that each of those views also, they have their own visibility. For example, here we can go more detailed, the elements that you want to see them. By default, some of them are unticked because they are not structural. Some of them ticked, so you can bring back, remove them if you don't want to see them within the drawings that you have. Again, look, this is visibility graphic override for what? Structural plan, top of the foundation. Top of foundation. So each of them, they have their own, which you can go and change them. Within here also we have some properties, but I didn't go for detailing them. It's also possible you can change. Now underlay is something interesting for architectural, they're using it, that you can show something under the plans. I'll not go for them. Well, I believe those are enough for the purpose of this course. Now we're gonna go for what? Preparing sheet. So in order to prepare sheet, we're gonna go to view. We'll click on the sheet here. We have this title blocks here. Now you might not have anything here, or might have all of the papers, for example A1, A2, A3, A4, A5. A5 is too small, but you may have different. If you don't have, you can click on the load. Within the libraries, you'll open whatever the metrics you have it. I recommend you to go for metrics because of the size you have it there. You can go for title blocks. Now you have here, for example, A0, this is A3, A4, A2, A1. That's basically, we have A1, A3 there. Let me, for example, add A0, let's say A3, A3 we have it, let's say A4, A4 is small, we're not going to use for anything. Let's add A0 here. So you add A0, A0 will come here. This is a size of the papers, A1, A3. So you select this one, press OK. Now you have something under here, sheet. Now let's talk about this section. I can rename this section. For example, I can rename this one. So this is section 3.3 for the wall. Yes, I can rename this section, make it wall section. And then, for example, this is, let's say this is the staircase, I have it here. I can rename them. Why? Because renaming is good. When you go to the sheets, you will always be set that name the sections or the plans, the way that to remember them. For example, this is stair, section, and so on. For the bill of quantity, the same thing. Material takeoff, rebar, schedule, same thing. For the sheet, it's the same manner. It's the same thing. When you double click on this one, basically double click on it, or one click might bring you here. Double click will bring you inside here. Now look at here, this is what we call sheet. It's Autodesk. Basically this is that. You can change those icon things for your company, or the companies, they when they buy Autodesk license, they have their logo here. Basically they're the owner. They told you the project, you change the project here in the manage the project information. For example, if I provide my name here as owner, where is the owner here? Oh, this is the author, we have it here. The clients, so the owner, we can write it here, the project name, so we have it here, the client name owner. For example, I can write myself here, my name here, and if I provide my name here, this is supposed to change here. Now here I can change this one, rename it. Let's say I will put this one, let's say plan, or architectural plan, or structural plan. I'll say this one, sorry, not the name. Just go to rename. There's the number here. The name of it, I will say this is structural, or just structural plan, whatever it is. Just plan, make it fast. I'll name this one plans. So what happened? This became plan here. Remember in the drawings you have foundation plan. Yes, I can change the foundation plan, or reinforcement, or slab and beams, columns. So the name here, when you change the name, it will appear here. A project name also possible. So you can, for the owner, I need you to write your name here, or the owner, basically. You can double click, you don't need to go to manage, you can just double click on this one here, you can write your name here. That's for the case. Now, how do we bring things inside here? Very easily. You'll go to top of the, for example here, you will drag this one, not gonna double click. This is active, this is active. You're just gonna drag this one click, and drag it inside here. We'll bring it here, drop the mouse and release it. It will bring the top of the foundation into this A3. So it's going to calculate the size of it, because you can go back to there. I know there's a lot of things that's why it's calculating. So if it is big, for example, look, this is the top of the foundation. Yes, you will realize that there is a lot of problem we have. We'll discuss that. If I click, it will place it there. I will place the top of the foundation there. You see that the area, it's much bigger than the sheet. Yes. Now this is due to what? Due to the size I have it there. Why? Because if I go to top of the foundation, double click on the top of the foundation, the scale is 1 to 50. If I make this one scale 1 to 100 here, 1 to 100, I will change it here, and automatically will change it within it. So if I go back to plan here, we'll see within here also it will be smaller, but still it's not like, it's not okay. Yes, A3 it's small, so A3 it's a small. Yes, so I'm gonna delete this one here, delete this inside it. Now let's just delete the, because I want to change this one to something bigger. I'll provide A0, which is it's the biggest I have it here. Due to the size of this plan, so this is much bigger, so I can bring this one, drag this, and bring it inside here. The idea is to deal with the detailing, because it's not just dragging it here will not be enough, because there are some other information that you have to change the detailing of them in order to provide it. So let's say I can place this one here. Now if you look at it, this is, I can bring or change this one here. This is already written top of the foundation, and bring the name here. Yes, I can click on this one, can move this one a little to the bottom of this one. Outside of it, this is one. I can bring the others. Still, look at this box that you can see it around it. This is what? This is the crop. So if I go back here and For example, we want to see, this is show crop region here. Look, this is the crop region, you have it. You can adjust this one to be just around. Want to see the elevations, and then I don't want to see the line. If I go back to the within the sheet that we have it there, you can see that now the box became a bit smaller, so I can adjust it the way that I want from there. The name is written there, the scale is written under it. Scale is written under it. In this manner, I can break as many until basically I have place here. So I go back here. Whatever you change here, for example, I'll change this one to 1 to 50. Let's say if you don't have it here, you can go for custom. Yes, I want to go for 1 to 80. I'll add 1 to 80. Press OK, and this became 1 to 80 here. Go back to there. You'll be able to adjust the scaling the way that you want. Now you can provide many more within here. This is something that you can do. Let's say I'll bring all of them together, so I can just simply bring them here. Look, each of them, they have different scale, so you can go back and change their scaling. For example, the scale of this one, again the crop, you know how to go. You'll go back here. There is another way to do it. Right click, and from here active view. If you make it active view, what will happen? The properties of this one will be active, so you can change them from here. For example, I can change this one to 1 to 100. It became smaller. I can click on the crop. For example, I can adjust the crop directly from here. Rather than to go back to the plan, I can directly change it here as well. Then if it is finished, what you have to do, you have to right click again, then deactivate view. Then you can drag this one, bring it to the place that you wanted. Sure, you can adjust this line alone. And click here. There's a dot here. You can adjust this one. Again, I don't like to see this line around it. If you want to see it, it's okay. Some people, they will manage it in a way that they will divide this one into 4 lines. It's possible. Whatever you prefer, you can manage it. But the idea is what? If you want to change things, you can go to their plan, or directly from here, right click, activate view. Then when it got activated, you'll be able to do the things that you wanted. And then right click again, deactivate view. That's it. We want to give a different scaling, like here 1 to 80, you can give it to them. This is, you can prepare different sheets. Now let's bring the material takeoff to this one. Remember, renaming is important. So you rename this one, this is plan or whatever you have it. You go for another one for sections, whatever you have. Now let me do one for section, or let me bring one of the sections. So I'll bring the stair section here. Now this is the stair section, came here. Now if I go to this one, top of the first floor, let me change this one too. Now look at this section. I told you that those gonna change here, yes? Look at here. It's written 3S4. That's what does it mean? It means that this section you can find it in S4, and it's the third one basically. 3S4. If you go to S4, you will see 3 here. This is 3 within S4. So when you place those within the sheets, the section will get a name. So this section I haven't placed it anywhere. That's why there is nothing there. When you place it within an A4, A3 paper, A0 paper, they will get their name according to the paper name. For example, S4 here. Now I can provide another one which is for, let's say I'll go for rebar. Let's go for A1 here or A0. Not A will be too big. Go for A1. Now this is S5. I'll rename this one to be, for example, bill of quantity. Then I can bring those inside here. For example, I'll just place it here. I can bring the rebar schedule as well. I can bring it here. Now remember, their name will appear here. Rebar schedule, the same name here. Material takeoff, we'll see it on the top of it. Material takeoff, the same thing, material takeoff here. Then the things, if you want to change this one, you can basically edit schedule, or you can go back here, change the things. Now sometimes, look here, you don't like this one, M concrete, this column came like this. How would you change this one? You can go to material takeoff. From there, you can just simply increase the size of this, the width of these columns, and then you can go back to the automatically will change from here. Look, I manage this one to be one layer. The same thing for the rebar. If you don't like the way that they're appearing, whatever you're not happy with it, you can go back. For example, those are what? Those are in the top. You can go back there and in the rebar schedule. Then you'll be able to change those. Let's say those, you want them to be alignment, and you can do the alignment if you wish to. Those things are up to you, which we say that in the appearance. You'll be able to manage the font, those things, if you would like to. Now what else is important for this preparation of these sheets? Okay, this is what we say, the size of it. Then whatever you want, you're not happy with it, or you want to provide line, you can go for detailing. Look here, you can go for annotate, detail line. You can draw, for example, you can divide into 4, up to you, whatever you want to do. You are free to do these things. We will provide all the detailings we have. For example, you have north elevation, those in another one, you'll name it a different. For example, we'll provide a name for the drawings that you have it. Remember, within those that you have it here, look, the name of the sheet will come here. The owner will still be the same. The project name, you can name them. Though those things, you can all change them from the manage project information. You can change them there, or in here you can change as well. You can change from here. Now Revit has something, they call this one number, description, date. This is basically because they do a lot of detailing changes, so they will track the things that they will be done in Revit. So things will be tracked here. For example, this person edited, then this one edited, then this one edited. For example, the first time edit was like this, the second time edit was like this. Everything will be changed here. So automatically Revit, they call history, that they will add things to here. Now, if you want to provide those sheets, PDF, basically, you can go to, in export, we have these things, yes, export. Now in the print, so you can go for directly click on the print, or in the print setup, we can, I hope that you have this PDF within the, so here, for me it's Adobe PDF, I have it here, no printer, I have it here. So this basically, I am trying just to print them as PDF here. Now let's see that we will provide the solution for this one. Let's say if someone does not have a PDF printed there, because when you print them, most probably you have within here Microsoft Print, this one here, Microsoft Print to PDF, which is whoever has Windows 10, 8, they have this one there. Now if anyone does not have it, I can provide something in order to do this PDF. So Microsoft print to PDF. For example, I want to save those sheets to PDF. What will I do? First, we have here select sheets. We're going to select the sheets that you have. Now, which sheet you want to print? For example, I want those two. You're not going to go for the views. You're going to go for those because we need them within the sheets according to the scaling, those detailing there. For example, I have 2 sheets here. We'll press OK. Well, this is, it will tell you that later do you want to save it. It's okay. You say no, yes, doesn't matter here. It's basically will allow you later to use similar printing. If you say no, for example, you say no, well, nothing happened. Now, it will say the second after selecting the sheets, do you want to save them as a single file or separated? I recommend you to save them as single file because for the uploading, if you want to upload them, you can separate them as single, or you can separate them separately, not combine in a single one. So you can choose browse. For example, you save it somewhere. So I'll save it on desktop, whatever it is. I'll name my student number, name, surname, save it there. So those will be saved as one PDF, both of them, because we combine multiple selected view sheets into a single file. Then the printer here, we select the sheets. The setup, you can still go for the default for the things that I started from there. The size is already default. I'm not going to touch these things here. It will take them by itself. The quality is already high. Coloring, everything, it's default is okay. So you press OK. Now it's going to save those as a PDF. I still ask you where to save it. Let's see, I'm saving in desktop as well. And later you can find them as a PDF, the views, the one that you selected. Still you have the Revit, you have the model as it is, all the information inside it. Beside, you provide those as well, a different, as a draw, as a, for example, papers, you can print them to have them for use. We said that scaling, a lot of things can be changed here. We'll manage them as appropriate. I believe that's everything that I want to discuss here for the views and the sheets that we have it in Revit. Let me see if I haven't forgot anything here. No, I'm not talking about the revisions here, the views. We'll leave it like this. Oh yes, I believe that's enough. The rest, there are a lot of things that you can do it, but the necessary things, those are enough to know here. Thanks for watching.